Welcome back to Showcase Pittsburgh on KDKA-TV. I'm John Klein. Today, 6 tri-state businesses, including Allstate and New Image Hair Clinic. But right now, let's welcome back Mike Madden from USA Insulation. Good to see you again, Mike.
Thanks, John. Good to see you.
Now, we were talking before we got started. You guys have had a busy summer, people planning ahead. But as we turn into fall here, it's hard to believe September already. We're really going to start booming for business for USA Insulation.
Correct. John, it seems like I'm here about every year this time, right around football season, first game, first kickoff, school buses are rolling, and that's when the mindset starts to change, right? The air conditioner's just about done. So we're done with the hot summer now, it seems, and unfortunately, I think we're moving into a pretty cold winter.
Now, but you're not a meteorologist. You ain't no Jeff Rosella, I know that. But you were saying you were watching the caterpillars last year, and that turned out to be a cold winter because of the caterpillars, and it's happening again.
Can learn a lot from the animals, John, and I keep a close eye on them, and I'm sorry to say.
But this is your opinion. This is nothing factual.
It is, and this is not to scare anybody, but we know the winters in Pittsburgh are generally cold to begin with.
Yes.
Maybe we're on a trend here regardless. We have cold winters. We average in the 30s, right?
You have a solution, though.
How are we going to stop it? Well, here's how we stop it. We bring to the table a foam insulation product that we can put into your old home, your old, leaky, uninsulated home. Anything built before 1983, 1980, that's certainly going to need readdressed, John.
Do you find that when you meet a lot of people, they don't even realize their house is not insulated?
A lot of people are very upset when they find out that it's not insulated. They're confused. They feel like they've been cheated in some way. Right. We've talked about this in the past. No home was insulated before 1970s. None. It wasn't something.
They didn't do it.
It wasn't done. It wasn't necessary. Energy bills were a lot lower then. They're not low now. You know that. You know where electric bills are going, and the rates and the gas rates. It's a little scary. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to try to minimize that expense.
I think we've all been sitting in a room, whether your house is fairly new or way old in Pittsburgh, as a lot of them are, and you're feeling air moving through in the middle of winter. You're feeling a draft, and you have a way to go in and find out where these drafts are coming from, and you can show people what's actually coming in and out of their house, even though they think everything is sealed. We do, John, and we work very hard at trying to show people the inadequacies, the weaknesses of their house, where the problems really are coming from. Because surely we can insulate the entire house, but we want to inspect it. We want to find out, is this a good candidate for the foam? And as you well know, every house, whether it be brick, siding, stucco, aluminum siding even, we can do all of that with no cosmetic damage. And this is something where we've seen the video where you go in and you can lift the siding or adapt the brick or the wood, and people would never know. It's not like you have big holes in the side of your house. That's one of our hallmark achievements, is being able to do this kind of work and get this amount of foam insulation, this high R-value foam that air seals, like you talked about, the drafts that can come in. We seal that off, and then we put this heavy, thick layer of foam into the walls, and it goes in like shaving cream. We've watched that enough times, right? That's eye-popping. That's so neat. But this is really what it ends up being like. It hardens. Give it a shot. Try to break it. That's a very powerful, strong product. And you're talking about. You're going to embarrass me now. You're talking about an exorbitant amount of R value in here, which is resistance to that cold coming in and chilling your house down and running your furnace. We've all seen pink insulation in the big rolls. What is the difference between if somebody has, I know that my house, built in the early 90s, has the pink insulation. What is the difference or the R value compared to what you have here today? I would assume, since this is sealing everything. The biggest difference, I'll go out and say, is with fiberglass insulation. It's so commonly used. It was used everywhere. They're the big manufacturers. It's a good product. However, it has a very strong weakness where it won't stop air. Okay. It cannot stop air going through. What is the air filter in your car made out of? Fiberglass. Okay. That's the answer. Okay. Fiberglass is a good air filter. It's going to take dust and debris out of the air, but it's going to allow it to pass through. Well, think about it. Yeah, we've all held fiberglass insulation in our hands. Yeah, air is going to go through. It's not solid. That is solid. This is impervious to air movement, so this is going to stop off all of the air transfer coming into your house.
This is injected into every cavity of your old house, or, John, if you have a new house, if you're building, we have a methodology to be able to spray this on. And you've all seen that on TV where they spray the foam on and it grows.
Yep.
Well, we do that as well.
Walls, ceilings, attic, basement, what all do we do?
We do it all.
Okay.
We can go from the smallest of all projects. We frequently will insulate just the bathroom area. If somebody's reworking it, we'll come in and do that for them. Or a job like today where we're in Fox Chapel, where we're insulating the entire house from the roof deck down to the foundation walls. That's a whole house insulation. And John, I got to tell you, we have something so new and neat right now.
What's that?
It's the financing.
You've talked about this before, but we want to zero in on something that everybody watching, their ears are going to perk up when you give them this number.
And I wouldn't have known it except for the great response that we received once we started saying, hey, maybe you didn't know, because we've always offered financing. Always. However, now we've been able to work out some deals with some of the bigger finance companies, many of them local with Dollar Bank, and we have with AFC First, where we're looking at $99 payments a month at the high end. With approved credit, you could be paying $89, $79. So there's some really nice deals out there right now where your savings alone, once you insulate, are going to be greater than the monthly payment.
So you'll actually, even at $99 a month, which you say could be on the high side, you will probably save over the course of your lifetime. It's going to pay for itself.
Way less than the course of your lifetime,
okay.
I hope. We anticipate that the average repayment is going to be between 3 and 5 years. And
oh, wow, really?
You'll be around longer than that, I hope.
I would hope so.
And we talked before we went on the air here. What's your cell phone bill? You
don't have to. A lot more. Well, I have 2 teenage children, okay. That's why. But it's a lot more than $99 a month.
And most people's are as well. And your cell phone doesn't keep you warm. It's a nice contraption to have, but your cell phone will never pay for itself. This will.
For $99 or lower, $99 a month or lower, you can have a warm house this winter.
With approved credit, yes, sir.
And you're predicting another polar vortex. But you ain't no Jeff Rosella.
I think it's going to be a reasonably cold winter. I'm not hoping for it. I don't like it any more than anybody else, trust me.
All right, but it is going to be winter in Pittsburgh, and we've all lived here a long time, and we know what's coming.
Here we go. It's football season.
If you'd like to know more, all you have to do is call Mike at 412-492-SAVE or log on to usainsulation.net. Coming up next, we'll show you how to create a successful career by becoming an Allstate agent. That's on the way when Showcase Pittsburgh continues.